Alright, since you probably know how to do synthetic division, this video might not really be the most useful thing in the world, but I figured I'd put it on here just to show you how this is done. This will be really quick. This is the only example I'm going to do. We divide things using long division. It is literally just like the stuff we did back in 4th grade or so. So what you're going to do, and this is kind of like the alternative, like I said, to synthetic division, but what you're going to do is you're going to literally set up just like you did way back in the day. You're going to set up a division problem just like this. And if you ever have any terms that are missing, I would probably leave a blank spot. In other words, if we had like this term weren't here and it went just from a cubic down to a linear, I would probably leave a blank spot in here. But we have everything here we need. So what I want you to do now is ask the question, how many times does the lead term x go into the lead term 8x to the 4th? All right, and that answer, of course, is 8x to the 3rd. In other words, 8x to the 3rd times, and we're just looking at our lead term here. We're not worrying about the -5. He's going to be kind of along for the ride. So 8x to the 3rd times x, of course, is 8x to the 4th, which is what we wanted it to be. All right. So that 8x to the 3rd, of course, we need to put it in the correct spot. And that correct spot is above the other cubic term. And then we're going to multiply right back down to the bottom. So 8x cubed minus the binomial x minus 5. It's a distributive property. You get 8x to the 4th minus 40x cubed. Subtract these. You have to put them in parentheses. When you do that, these cancel out, leaving you with negative 39x cubed minus a negative 40x cubed. That's just positive x to the 3rd. Negative 39 minus negative 40. That's positive 1. And just like we did for 4th grade long division, bring this down. And again, now we're examining lead terms. How many times does the lead term go into the lead term? Well, of course, the answer is x squared. So we put an x squared right here, and we multiply right back down. Now we're doing x squared times the binomial. This is a distributive property, x cubed minus 5x squared. Subtract them in parentheses. So we use parentheses to kind of distribute and make sure that we know that that negative sign applies to both terms. So negative 15 x squared minus a negative 5. That's negative 10 x squared. Bring the linear term down. Lead term, how many times does x go into negative 10x squared? It's negative 10x. Multiply back down. Negative 10x times x minus 5 is distributive property. Negative 10x squared plus 50x. Subtract parentheses, leaving us with just a 10x. 60 minus 50. Finally, bring our constant down, and we have, how many times does x go into 10x? That answer is 10. And we multiply back down using distributive property. And we subtract, and we see that these cancel out. 10x minus 10x. Negative 50 minus a negative 50 is also a 0. So we don't have a remainder. So our answer, our quotient, is right here. It's a bit of a long process, and if you know synthetic division, then that process is really simple. Let me show you that really quickly. I did a whole nother video on synthetic, but if you want to, let's just confirm this really quickly. With synthetic, we go and take positive 5, 8 minus 39 minus 15, 60, negative 50. Bring the 8 down, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, and we're left with 8x cubed minus x squared minus 10x plus 10. which is right here. All right, that's exactly. Let me make sure that that's exactly what we had above. Let's see here. It should be. If it's not, then I'll check my work here. But I think it is. No, it's not. I have a minus sign here. Let's see where I screwed up. +1. Oh, this is a +1, so that should be a +1. That's all. Really simple. Alright, so those are exactly the same. Two different methods. Synthetic is way quicker, but this video was just intended to show you that long division is possible.